So this is Blake out here with 106.7 The Beat, Columbus. We're here with Rexx Life Raj. First of all, man, thank you for taking the time out. I know your schedule is back to back out here pushing your music and stuff. So thank you, first of all, for having us
all good,
and doing all that. So I kind of want to start from the beginning with you too. So a lot of people probably don't know, like you had a football scholarship and were at Boise State doing all that, and decided afterward to kind of get into the music thing and make that your lane. So I just kind of want to ask with that, like, was that a hard decision process? What kind of played into that? Did you know the whole time that I know you want to be the Kanye West and not Colt McCoy, and that kind of sums it up, but like what led you to kind of fully decide that was what you wanted to do?
I grew up around music. I was doing music before I went to Boise. I was rapping and stuff. Since like middle school and high school, I was doing it. So music was always in me. Like even when I was at Boise, I was doing music in the dorm rooms and stuff. So I always knew I was going to do music. I never had really like NFL aspirations for real. I just knew I was good at it, and it was a vehicle to give me a degree and all these experiences.
Nice.
But like I knew when I was doing, I think everybody knew. Like I said, I had like a setup in the dorms, in my closet, in houses. Like I was always doing it, so I think everybody knew.
So you kind of use it as a means.
Yeah.
So one of your first major projects was Father Figure, and you just recently released Father Figure 2. So along with that, kind of the titles, what played into what does the Father Figure kind of chronology play into?
It just, to me, it's a mentor, somebody just giving game. Really, it's like teaching, especially young dudes, especially young black dudes, a way to, move and maneuver that's not like ignorant, in a way that you don't have to step outside of your character and do crazy shit. Because I feel like in today's music, it's like so easy for you to get lost in the sauce and, kind of lose yourself for attention and for monetary gain. But a father figure to me is somebody who, kind of like shows you the ropes and shows you how to move and shows you how to do things in a certain way, in a certain manner. So that's where it came from.
So you kind of want to be that for aspiring artists and stuff.
Yeah. Counting money like fat bitches count calories. To triple, quadruple our salary. Count up these niggas because they mad at me. I think I might have a fucking problem. Question at a rolling deal.
What you just touched on kind of perfectly goes into what I wanted to bring up too. You got on Ventilation 3, Part 3, you had a few lines on there I kind of wanted to point out in particular and kind of ask you about along those lines. And it is important today, kind of how you were talking about. Like a lot of artists I feel like they see what you're talking about. Like somebody comes out with a hit real quick and you got it, but it's not a put together package that's sustainable, basically.
Right.
And it's not them too. It's not. You can selling yourself's a lot easier.
Right.
And you said we need more Kendricks and less Soldier Boys. These young rappers get a hot track and get raped on their contract shelved, and then get their spot snatched. Can you kind of explain to people that might not fully understand kind of the contrast between those two types of artists and like kind of the aspiration of, doing it yourself and kind of being you and making it like that versus the kind of Soldier Boy pop off kind of thing, and kind of how it plays into how you've approached it?
Yeah, I think I was just looking at it from like, and it's not even like hella shade, but I look at characters like the Soldier Boy because I think that's almost like, I don't even know if that's necessarily who he is or if that's something that he crafted up because he knows I can make a lot of money off this thing,
right.
This gimmick. But you have those type of artists, but you have the Kendricks who are like, to me, the true artists that are putting, their life and their life experiences into music. And it's just like, it was kind of me just juxtaposing those two things. Yeah, man, I think that's what it is now when I look out at artists, those people who are really like trying to craft like, the most genuine art to themselves and who they are and speaking their personal truth and reflecting the environment from which they come from. And then there's people who are just doing this shit for like monetary gain and making hella money and for attention and trolling. And, like I said, it goes back to the father figure whole theme. Is like you can get lost in that. So I just think I was just kind of like, highlighting how I saw that.
I think I might have a motherfucking problem. I think I might have a motherfucking problem. Tripping and tripping and trap.
So you also brought up on that song that you sat down with Pharrell and played him your music, and you said it was fire as hell. So I'm sure there's a dope story behind that. Do you care to kind of talk about how that played out?
Yeah, so that actually happened through Empire. It was Pharrell's boy KP, who works on the I Am Mother platform with him, was with Nima, and Nemo played him some music, and he played him one of my songs, or a few of my songs, and he wanted to meet me, so they came to my studio. I played KP some music, and then they took him to the airport. He hit Pharrell, and I guess he sent the songs to Pharrell. Pharrell liked them, and he wanted to meet us. So we drove up like that weekend, and just met with him, had a couple sessions with him where we got to sit down and talk to him, kind of pick his brain. He was like producing and stuff, and he was just hella cool, man.
I'm assuming he's kind of like one of your inspirations and all that. Did it kind of hit you in a crazy way, as an artist to be?
Kind of. Yeah, it was.
Just that affirmation from somebody like that.
Yeah, man, it was for sure crazy. But I'm also like, bro, a lot of shit happened to me. I think I got low dopamine or some shit. It's never like overwhelmingly.
Right.
Oh my God. But yeah, for sure, Pharrell was tight. For sure.
Yeah. Do you have any like ideal collaborations, like stuff like that you have in mind already, as far as people you'd love to work with, or people you think even could bring out the best in you, or even you bringing out the best in them, kind of?
I really like the whole. Like I say this all the time. I think the whole Chicago music scene is really tight. Like from like the Mick Jenkins to you know, Saba is killing it. Fucking Smino, even though he's not from Chicago, but he's heavily associated with No Name Gypsy. All those people I think are really clean. I would love to work with anybody out there. The Mind is really tight. But you know, I'm down to really work with anybody as long as like you're really about the music and you're dope and we connect. I'm down to create.
I go by the name Rexx Life Raj. REXXLIFERAJ. My new album, Father Figure 2, just dropped 3 months ago. I appreciate y'all. Fuck with me. I seen some of y'all know my shit. I'll fuck with y'all.
This is kind of a little bit more introspective, big picture kind of thing, and obviously like your career is very far from over, but like when you look right now, when you kind of think about thinking back, what do you want people to kind of take away from, what do you want to contribute as far as, you know, when it's all said and done, what do you want people to take away and be inspired to feel from your music and kind of what you put out there?
That's a good question. I think for me, it's knowing that somehow, you know, I've been there to help people somehow, you know, like, because I get DMs from people like, yo, you helped me get through my day, you helped me get through this rough time in my life. I was depressed, and like your music got me through it. To me, that means the most, because I know I've been there, you know, where I was depressed or going through some shit, and I'll turn on hella Kid Cudi, and it helped get me through, or I'll turn on hella Kanye and get me through. So just being like that positive light in people's lives when they need it, you know, to me it's like crazy, because I've had that. I know what that feels like. It's still crazy to me that I do that for some people. So as long as I can do that and provide some type of positivity.
Yeah, and that's dope too, because like even along those lines, like the downstream to me is always so crazy. Like, you know, you getting not saved, but you know, like helped through by Cudi, and then you kind of passing down that help, and it's just crazy. Like even Cudi obviously got his roots and stuff, and it's just like a path you can trace down. Well, thank you for hosting us, man. Again,
it's all good, man.
All that
Thank you.
dope stuff. Rexx Life Raj, anything you want to plug? Do this too.
Father Figure 2 is out right now. I'm going on tour soon with Marky Basie. A lot more stuff coming out, man. Stay tuned.